Lauren Fallett, and I work for Holistic Health Counseling Center as both a counselor and an art therapist. For today's blog, we're going to talk a little bit about art therapy and what the benefits are. Why might you want to try it? So a big question that I get a lot from adults, from children, teens, what is art therapy? So to really break it down into something simple and then something more complex, I'll say that art therapy entails art materials. So that means that we're working with paint, we're working with pencils, markers, drawing materials, and also clay, slime, kinetic sand, right? So we're mixing different elements, different materials, and we also have an art therapist. So that would be myself. A lot of things we can try at home, but there's a different element when we're working with someone who can help us understand the symbols that we're creating, that can see or witness the creations, and also be there to validate what we're feeling and help navigate these emotions in the moment. And a final component that I like to highlight is the process itself of creating art. So not only are we focused on making an end product, but actually the therapeutic component of making the art, working with our hands, thinking about what it inspires us, talking through and problem solving as we go along. That's really a big component of art therapy. And so we're both looking at the meaning of what we're creating, but also we're maintaining a focus in the moment of what we're doing. So now that we understand these three major components, I also want to talk about more specifically how art therapy can be helpful for a range of populations, meaning it can help young children, it can help adolescents, it can help adults and older adults, it can help people who have addictions, people struggling with anxiety, depression, mood disorders, really anyone who believes that this can be helpful to them, it could be, right? Art therapy is very helpful in helping us express or externalize our emotions, things that might be difficult for us to talk about. Just by working with clay, I can really get out my anger and it helps to also process that in the moment, right? Really paying attention to what's stored, what energy we're storing inside. So it helps with identifying, regulating emotions, helping us learn what we're going through, right? Helping us to self-reflect, to bring awareness. Maybe we don't understand what is challenging for us right now, why we feel stuck. What is it that's getting in the way of me reaching my goals? So art can help us sort of navigate that and bring an image. Maybe it's the words we can't find, but there's an image that we're holding on to. Art can really help us process grief and loss and major transitions in our life, right? It doesn't have to be a loss through death, but it can be a loss through a divorce, a separation, a change in career. So it really helps us to navigate those times in our life that we're needing more understanding. Maybe we're feeling like we've lost our sense of purpose, and that could be something that art helps us to work through. So it has many benefits, and it's not just one-sided. Another big question when explaining art therapy that I get asked a lot is, do I have to have been an artist to try art therapy or schedule a session for art therapy? And the answer is absolutely not. In fact, it's probably better if you haven't had experience, because it really allows you to explore and play. And that's really what art therapy is about. It's not about having a specific skill set or having an understanding of the materials, but rather discovering for yourself and sort of seeking your own experience in learning something new or trying something different. That's really the core of what art therapy is about. It's not about creating the perfect tree or creating an animal that looks like an animal necessarily, unless that's part of your process. But it's really discovering what you're needing through the materials, and that can be through color, through line, through shapes. Something, as basic as a circle can really help us sort of create an understanding of what you're going through. And it's also important to know that there isn't one right way, meaning I might hold a pencil in a certain way and then you decide you're going to hold it upside down or sideways, and that's part of your discovery. And so as an art therapist, I'm going to honor however you want to work with the materials as long as you're safe. And I'll, myself or another art therapist would be there to help you understand that, right? But it's very important for you to find your own way. And so there's no specific skill set that you will need. And part of what I do is help you to understand, well, what are these materials? What do they do? What's their limitations? What can they help expand on? So that's going to be a big component of what you do in the session, is really play, really take time to get to know the different materials, or maybe you know what material you want to work with and really own in on that, build mastery in that particular process. So I hope this blog post was informative to you and maybe piqued your interest in learning more about art therapy or trying an art therapy session. You can go ahead on our website, Holistic Health Counseling Center, and click the Book Now button if you're interested in trying out a session. And we also have an art therapy website, arttherapynewjersey.com. You can also explore the American Art Therapy website. New Jersey Art Therapy Association also has a website that you can learn more, has more information for you to explore. In our next blog post, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the materials, the process, and doing more directives together. So I look forward to that. Take care.